Thank you so much, Diana, for doing this, and I'm so grateful that you agreed to do this. Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm really excited.
Thank you. The first question I have is, what problems or challenges did you have before we started working together?
So the main problem that I was having was finding discipline in my life. I felt like I didn't really have like a proper goal. It was just kind of a lot of things at the same time. In that time, I was also struggling with a lot of uncertainty and embracing that phase in my life. I felt like I needed to know the answer now and know what was coming next. And so I was really struggling with that, with the uncertainty, with the unknown, and really embracing it. And so with that, I struggled with discipline because when I didn't know what was going on, it's hard, to have that discipline when there are so many things going on. So yeah, that's what I was struggling with.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. Once we started working together, what helped you solve the problem or the challenge that you're facing, which is to be more disciplined? What helped you become more disciplined?
For me, it was getting to the root of why I was having problems with discipline, which, after having these sessions, made me realize that I placed a lot of expectations on myself, that I was struggling with perfectionism and needing to, to do things in a specific way. And because I placed so much pressure on myself, it kind of just put me in the state of, why even try? And so I think that's what caused me to kind of hold back and just not really focus on what it is that I truly wanted. And so through speaking or having these conversations, it made me kind of get more clarity and really realize what it is that I truly desire, what's like truly, what truly, speaks to me. And so once I got clarity in that, I was able to, to just find more discipline. But I had to go through that process of acknowledging the fact that I do hold so much. I pressure myself so much and I have so much expectations. And so through acknowledging that and just kind of releasing it, I think that was the big part, was releasing it and just allowing myself to make those mistakes, to be in the moment, to embrace the process. That's what gave me so much freedom, so much liberation, and just stepping into that, I guess, space of freedom that allowed me to just relax and be like, okay, it's fine. And I think that gave me the energy to take those small steps towards what I want.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that again. And you explain it so well that that I was just like, I was just so impressed of how you have so much awareness. You have so much self-awareness that even just, even looking back, you were seeing it as like getting the root cause, and then you're acknowledging it, and then you release it, and then you are tapping into your emotions in each step as well, that you are struggling, but then when you release it, you are more free. And all the words that you used were like so concrete and really easy to understand. And yeah, it just makes me smile that you were able to explain in the coaching sessions. And I'm just so really grateful that you are so open and vulnerable with me, and you trusted me to be you and be open, and that's why you got the results. So yeah, it's just really, really amazing, and I'm really grateful for you.
Yeah, no, thank you. it was such a, I didn't realize how much I needed that to speak to someone about it, and um, kind of what I was saying be reflected back, and just see my problems in a different perspective. And yeah, I think, yeah, that releasing part was such a big one for me.
Mm,
Thank you.
thank you. Um, so I think you touched a little bit, but what specific result did you get after working with me? Mm.
What specific results? I would say it just the thing that I guess impacted me the most was embracing the unknown, embracing the uncertainty. Because so much I say these things like, oh, or you hear it from other people like, yeah, embrace the unknown, step into it, and all of these things. But to truly feel it, that's another step. And so, yeah, really, really embodying it and feeling the unknown and feeling okay, for me, that was a big thing.
Mm.
And by embracing it, I was able to call in different opportunities for me that were more aligned with me, and not be so afraid of accepting them, and be like, maybe this is the next path for me, and not be so resistant to it. Whereas in the past, I would block those opportunities, and I would say no, but it has to be a specific way. Like, this is how it needs to be. But by, yeah, embracing it and accepting them, I feel like it's opened doors for me, and I'm able to take more purposeful steps, and steps towards the things that I truly want. And when I'm making those steps towards what I truly want, it's like the discipline just comes easier.
Yeah, that's really amazing. Thank you for sharing that again. And the next question's great. How did the coaching contribute to your personal development and your own growth?
I think it was simply just increasing that like self-love for me, and accepting where I'm at in my, I guess, evolution. So I think, yeah, that's what played the biggest part for me, was just accepting me and where I'm at. And um, with acceptance, it means also accepting the mistakes and accepting the not so nice things that happen, and just embracing it all. And um, and yeah, just being more compassionate with myself too. So
Mm.
that, yeah, that really, that helped a lot.
Mm, yeah.
Mhm.
If I remember correctly, this is something I remember because this was something that I was working on myself as well, which was that I think you realized that you were really hard on yourself. And then,
Mhm.
like you said, you brought compassion and being okay with the mistakes that you have made. And that actually led to increase your self love. Is that correct?
Yes, yes. Yes, because I just think sometimes we think that self-love is just accepting the nice parts of you, the things that you get right, or the things that look nice. But in reality, self-love is accepting the times that you do fail, the times that you say the wrong things, the time you mess up, or the nice, not so pretty things. And so by just embracing all of it, that's a whole nother level. And that just, like I said again, like that gives you um, a whole, I guess, wave of freedom, or that gives you another form of freedom to just be, to just express, to just live a more full life.
I have the last two questions. How was your experience of getting a coaching sessions?
Ooh, the experience, man. I mean, I felt like my emotions were up and down throughout the experience. There were some moments where I felt super uncomfortable because I felt like I was putting myself in such a vulnerable spot, and part of me felt like, man, is she going to judge me? But I realized that in reality, it's not really you that's judging me, but it's me judging myself. So being aware of that in the process was very strange. And then there were moments where I was like crying because I was just frustrated with myself, or I was just yeah, I was crying because, I was speaking of like really personal things, and um but the crying part was also very healing too. I felt like I just needed to get those emotions out. So the whole process, it was, yeah, it was really interesting, but really beautiful at the same time, because even after being uncomfortable and crying after it, I felt so much, so just, I felt lighter, and just more open. And yeah, I just think um, we need to go through these uncomfortable and tough moments to I guess see the other side, which is the lightness, and um yeah, just more peacefulness in a way. But it was such a great experience.
Mm. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. And you are so willing to grow, and you're so willing to go deep with yourself. And yeah, I think you had this releasing and feeling light and letting go is because you're willing to go deep with yourself.
Hmm.
And I felt you're really courageous, because it can be really scary, and it is scary. It is a really scary thing, actually. And you are
Yeah,
so willing to do it because you want it to grow, and you want it to become the person who you want to become. And I saw it, and yeah, I'm so happy and so grateful that I could witness it, and I could experience it, sit with you. So yeah, thank you so much.
thank you. No, and you also created such a like embracing environment too for me to be able to do that. I was able to just get it all out and just feel that you were listening, and you were, actively listening, and no judgment, nothing. It was the right, yeah, atmosphere for me to be able to step into that. So thank you as well.
Oh, thank you so much for saying that. Thank you.
Yeah.
The last question is there anything that you want to share, or any last words that you want to say?
Mm, that you all should get some coaching from Yoshie. No, but really, I mean, I I guess my last, what I want to say is that you never stop growing. Never. Even though you might think that I know I've worked on my shadows. I've resolved the traumas from my past. I already got over this person or whatever, but I feel like healing and growing, it's always kind of like a cycle. And I think it's important to always, yeah, find ways to push yourself to the next level, but be compassionate when you're with yourself when you do kind of fall back, and those triggers from the past come up, and you're like, man, like this is still bothering me, but just remember that this is part of it. It's a cycle, and you're, yeah, you might, those triggers might trigger you, but they're not going to trigger you in the same extent as in the past. So yeah, just be compassionate with yourself, and yeah, continue to grow, because it's a never ending journey. Yeah.
Yeah, that is really beautifully said. Thank you so much.
Yeah. No, thank you.